What's up, everybody? YVK here. Welcome into First and Goal. New show I'm doing here on the MLG Sports Talk. So go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to get straight to it. We're going to go over the top 25 college football games. And yeah, I couldn't sleep. It's late night, but we're going to get these picks to you. So go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe so we can keep doing these videos for you week in and week out. All right, tomorrow night we got Syracuse heading out to Pittsburgh, and right now Pittsburgh is -6. This should be a good game here on Thursday night. These week games can be tricky during the week. You know, the short travel for Syracuse heading out to Pittsburgh. Line opened up at -4, currently -6. Looks like some sharp money came in on Pittsburgh early. And I agree with this money right here coming in on Pittsburgh. Tough line to lay 6, but the only way I could play this game, if you guys are betting against the spread, is Pittsburgh -6. Reasons being, like I just stated, the short travel. I know Syracuse has Kyle McCord, great quarterback, transfer in from Ohio State. He's been holding it down for Syracuse. Pittsburgh, Holstein, he's also a pretty good quarterback. I just think Pitt being at home, national televised game, they're ranked, and I feel like nobody knows about this Pittsburgh team. They're still undefeated in the ACC, so they can still make a run at an ACC title. So I like Pittsburgh in the spot here on the short week, and the road travel for Syracuse. Next game, Friday night lights, baby. What you know about this game? We got number 17, Boise State, and they're heading off to UNLV. Running Rebels has been great on the season, 6-1 on the year. Boise State's 5-1 on the season as well. And by now, you guys know who Ashton Gentry is. He's the running back for Boise State, front runner for the Heisman, and rightfully so. He's got 126 carries, 1,248 yards, and 17 touchdowns. He basically has almost more rushing yards than passing yards for their quarterback. Madsen has 1,273 passing yards. So the running back is almost has the same amount of yards as passing, which is crazy to even think about. Malik Hodge-Williams for UNLV, good quarterback, stepped in for the kid that left UNLV. Only 2 interceptions on the season, so he's a good quarterback. I also like Ricky White, the wide receiver. If you haven't seen this kid from UNLV, he will be playing on Sundays in the NFL. Great wide receiver. This should be a great game. I think it'll be a lot of points, but in the end, I like Boise State to win this game. I know it's a lot of money on Boise, but I think rightfully so. Boise only lost to Oregon by 3, and that loss looks better and better on their resume every single week. So I think if Gentry wants this Heisman Trophy, this is the game he has to put up 200 yards. I think he gets close to it. I think he solidifies the Heisman and solidifies his team closer and closer to a playoff berth. Next game, we're going Saturday morning. We got Nebraska facing off against Ohio State. This line is sitting -25 here. You know, I'm not going to talk much about this game. Ohio State will win. Will they cover? I don't know. It's a lot of points, laying 25 on the even though they're at home. Nebraska just got thrashed by Indiana. I think they'll be mad. I think Ohio State wants to just come in this game, run the ball, slow pace, try to get a win, get out of there, get ready for Penn State next week. Big game on deck. If I had to play this game, I would take the points with Nebraska. Nothing more to be said about that game. Next game, let's look into this game right here. And this should be a great game here for everybody to watch. We got Notre Dame Fighting Irish facing off against the Navy Midshipmen, who are 6-0 on the season and undefeated. But I think their run ends here, ladies and gentlemen. Notre Dame, better team, better coach. And a big factor in this game. This game is at a neutral site. It's at MetLife Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this here. Beautiful MetLife Stadium. I think the boys will be ready for Notre Dame. They will come out swinging early. They'll run the ball. They'll hand it off to Love, who's an NFL running back. Riley Leonard, he hasn't been great passing, getting many passing TDs this season. He has 6 on the season with 3 interceptions. But don't look now either, man. I'm not trying to disrespect Navy in this game. Their quarterback has been solid. Only 1 interception on the season here, 10 touchdowns. He's also a dual threat, so he can run out the pocket as well. But being that, I don't think they will do anything with this offensive line that Notre Dame has and also this defensive line. You won't see much passing from the Navy attack. I don't think so in this game. Those corners and safeties from Notre Dame are top notch. So I got Notre Dame winning this game. I also think they'll cover this spread. They have to run it up on these teams to get in the playoffs. Next game, let's go out to Washington. Washington's heading out to Indiana. Bloomington, Indiana here. Indiana's ranked number 13th on the season. Washington 4-3. Record-wise, Indiana 7-0. And now, Indiana's been steamrolling people. I took them last week against Nebraska. I love that at-home environment they have. But don't look now. Rourke, their quarterback for Indiana, just had surgery on his thumb. He might be out a few weeks. So I really think Taven Jackson is a downgrade for Indiana in this game. And the books, look at this line here, 6 and a hook. The books are telling us they not even letting them lay a full touchdown against a 4-3 team. I gotta take Washington in this game, ladies and gentlemen, just off the simple fact that they're giving us +6 and a hook. But I think we don't even need the points in this one. I like Washington as an outright upset. If you guys don't know who Will Rogers is, go look him up. This guy is a seasoned quarterback. With Rourke out for Indiana, I think this is a big blow for this team. Yeah, they still have playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. They also have playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. But if you don't know about Washington, this is still a stout defense. And I think this will be a close game going into the fourth quarter. I have Washington pulling an outright upset on number 13, Indiana. Next game, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. These big spread games, it's not really much to talk about, really. Ole Miss will win this game. Oklahoma's been terrible on offense. They just fired their offensive coordinator. I believe Arnold's getting the starting job again for Oklahoma. They're terrible, man. They can't score the ball, but their defense is solid, so I'll give them that. But what's a good defense without a non-competent offense? You know what I'm saying? So you can hold a team to 20, but you can only score 10. I got to go Ole Miss in this game. Don't know if they cover. Who cares? It's a game I won't be betting. I don't think you should be either. Another high spread game. Number 1, Oregon facing off against number 20, Illinois. Dylan Gabriel, great quarterback. This team has been rolling. Beat Ohio State. They just smacked on Purdue. Now, Illinois is a good team. I like Altmaier. He's a great quarterback. Brett Bielema, the coach, is a great coach. So if I had to choose, it might be Illinois in this game, but a game I won't be choosing. It's a lot of points. But Oregon can score at will. They've been on a roll. I like this Oregon team, but I could not lay no 21 in this game. A game I'm staying away from. Next game, we got BYU heading out to Central Florida against UCF. And this is I had high hopes for this Central Florida team, not Big 12 title hopes, but I did have high hopes for the Central Florida team. Currently, they're -2. What are the books trying to tell us, ladies and gentlemen? Are they trying to give us a free win? Because we have an undefeated team, number 11, BYU, facing off against a 3-4 team, and they're underdogs. So I got to roll with Vegas in this game. I already thought BYU was overrated. Last week they should have lost to Oklahoma State, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oklahoma State couldn't get a goal line stance at the end of the game, so I like UCF in this game. If you looked at last week's matchup, UCF faced off against Iowa State, and they were in that game. They looked like they were going to upset them on the road. So I think coming back home, they'll be juiced up. They still have a chance to get a bowl game. I'm going to look at their schedule. They win this, yeah, they have some winnable games left. So I think UCF is going to come to play. The books are telling us something here, ladies and gentlemen, with that spread. So take UCF, uh, lay the points, take the money line, do what you can. Oh, wow. This one right here, the spread has jumped up 3 points. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Alabama will win. Alabama will win. I thought this would be a game I could talk about and say, it might be a good close matchup. The spread jumped 2.5 points. We got Alabama at home, number 15 Alabama facing off against Missouri, the Tigers. Both these teams have been disappointing on the season, haven't looked great at all. Alabama's had the tougher, stiffer competition, so them being at home, coming off a loss against Tennessee, which is a good team on the season, I got to take Alabama in the bounce back mode. Mizzou, they haven't looked great at all, man. I thought this team would be better. They have looked terrible against, some weaker competition. So I like Alabama. I'd like Jalen Milroe to get the troops rolling. Brady Cook, he's been good, but he's a little, he was in the hospital. So I don't know what's going on with Brady Cook. Luther Burden, he's not even a top receiver. I don't know what's going on with Mizzou. Uh, Mizzou might cover this game, but Bama will win definitely. So if you can throw Alabama maybe in a teaser and a parlay, I like Alabama to win that game and bounce back. Next game, we got Texas heading out to Vanderbilt. Anchor down. Everybody just anchor down. Who would have thought Vanderbilt would be number 25 ranked on the season? I didn't see this coming. But they have to do something because this team has been pitiful for years. Shout out to Pavia, the quarterback for Vanderbilt. Great quarterback. But this is where their magic ends, ladies and gentlemen. Texas is coming off of a straight beat down from Georgia, a straight slacking from Georgia. I got to take Texas in this spot. Will I lay the 18? I don't know. But if I had to, I would. I don't see Vanderbilt pulling any magic. Texas knows that this team they can't take lightly. So I think first half Texas, I think the guns come out blazing. I think yours gets the guys going. So I like Texas to win this game. But like I said, wouldn't be surprised if Pavia, tries to create some magic. But I really like Texas in this game. All right, next game. Man, this is moment of silence for Florida State. All right, man. 1-6 on the season. Come on, man. This is pitiful. Deion Sanders, they need you. I'm pretty sure he'll go there next year if Shador and everybody leave. If they pull out that bag for Deion and cut the bull jump, Deion Sanders should be the coach of Florida State next season because this is pitiful, man. I don't see no recruits wanting to go there. I see the transfer portal open and wide open for them. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get to this game. Number 6, Miami smokes them. That's all I got to say. And if they don't, we know they're still going to win. Nothing else needs to be said. Let's talk about the next game. Number 3, Penn State is heading off to Madison, Camp Randall, Wisconsin. This should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. I hear a lot of people picking Wisconsin as a potential upset, and I understand why. Penn State, they're in a look-ahead spot. Number 3, Penn State. I just don't see them losing this one, ladies and gentlemen. If I had to, I would lay the number here, even though this could get tricky and be a 3-point game. Only way I could play this is Penn State to win in the cover. I love Drew Aller. He's a great quarterback. Um, Lock for Wisconsin. He's been doing better on the season. He surprised me, but I still think this Penn State defense will be a little too much for Wisconsin, even though they're at home. Also, Warren, this tight end is a beast. If you haven't seen him, he's the leading receiver. They go to him often, early, often, and late. So I like Penn State in this matchup. Later -6 if you have to. If not, maybe put Penn State in a money line parlay. The only way I could look is Penn State in a tough matchup on the road. Next game, and this is one of my favorite games of the week here. We got number 8 LSU Tigers heading out to College Station to face off against number 14 Texas A&M. How about them Aggies, baby? I told people about the Aggies this season. I said they have a chance to make a playoff run, and they have to win this game to make that playoff run. And I'm going to tell you guys why. They only have Texas left on their schedule. That's really a tough game. The other games, they could possibly lose. You know, it's the SEC. But A&M needs this game. Also, LSU needs this game. Both of these teams are undefeated in the SEC. I don't think nobody saw that coming. Everybody probably picked Bama, Texas, and Georgia to be undefeated. But those teams are not. So the winner of this game has a great shot at making it to the college football playoff. And I like Texas A&M in this matchup. I'm going to tell you guys why. First off, they're at home. 12th man. If you don't know about the 12th man, look it up. It's sort of like the Seattle Seahawks home field. Also, Texas A&M is known, and they're called the 12th man for a reason. Big stadium. It will be loud in there. They know this is their chance. And also, Mike Elko, he's a pretty good coach. Came over from Duke. So I think he'll have the boys ready on defense. I'm taking the better defense at home. Now, don't get me wrong. LSU is not no pushover. They have a great offensive line, one of the top offensive lines in the SEC, which is pretty much probably one of the best in the whole nation because the SEC is the top conference as always and probably as always will be. Nussmeier, the quarterback, I love this kid. He takes the hits. He's a tough kid. He stands back there, stays in the pocket, wait for his receivers to hit their mark, and he throws it. So he's an old style quarterback, like a 90s style quarterback who's going to sit back there and he's going to pick you apart. But I think this Texas A&M defense will get to him, have him rattled early. I like the A&M. I like the Aggies in this spot. Lay the 2.5, lay the money line just in case. That's what I'll probably do. If this line gets down to 2, hopefully, then I'll probably take the 2. But money line all the way, Texas A&M Aggies. This is going to be a great game. It could go either way, but I like the Aggies in this spot. Let's go over to the next final games. We got the Sunflower matchup. We got K-State facing off against their rival Kansas. And what can I say about K-State? Avery Johnson, quarterback, dual threat, can get out the pocket. We got Giddens in the backfield. We also got Dylan Edwards. I love this team, K-State. You know, I know this team. I've been watching them all season. Been making a lot of money with K-State. Brown, the receiver, he's underrated. I like this kid a lot. Kansas has been disappointing on the season, ladies and gentlemen. 2-5. They're coming off a big win, but against Houston, I don't respect that win right there. I think K-State lays the wood this one, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen this series, they haven't beat them in over the last 10 times. K-State has owned this series recently, and I'm going to stick to the trends here. Coming back home off of 2 road wins for K-State, they have bigger fish to fry. They're trying to get a Big 12 title here. So they know they have to come out, smack Kansas, get this game out the way, do not play around. I know the coach will have this team ready to go. So I'm taking K-State minus the 10. If I had to lay it, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way to look in this game. K-State, Avery Johnson. Let's get this W. And last but not least, for the top 25 teams that play this week, we got number 22. Who knew? SMU. A SMU fan. You know what I'm saying? What SMU stand for? They playing Duke. 6-1 on the season. Spread is -11. Total 48 and a hook. And I like SMU to win this game. Don't know if they'll cover, though. It's a tough number to be laying on the road. -11. Duke could lose by 10. You know what I'm saying? That's a 2-score game. We got Murphy transferring from Texas, and he's a great quarterback on the season. 1,500 yards, 14 TDs, 5 interceptions. We got Jennings on the other side of the ball. We got 1,300 yards, 9 TDs, 2 interceptions. This SMU offense is potent. Defense, not so much. Duke does have the better defense. They're at home. I would have to lean slightly towards Duke with the points if I was playing a point spread here, ladies and gentlemen. But for some reason, I think SMU leaves Duke with a victory. And that's pretty much a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. First show, first and goal. I will be doing a first and goal NFL series, so stay tuned for that, possibly tomorrow. And if you want to see my best bets, tap into the show with me and my guy Jack tomorrow. You will get 3 of my best bets, NFL and college mix. So yeah, hit the like button, subscribe. Until next time, let's get this cash. This is not financial advice. Yeah. Nah, don't judge. Eat how you gonna eat, keep it legit. And please don't bother me, rather in advance. Or you hit the lottery, buy new commodities.